Hi everyone. So this video is talking about. I'm going to be talking about identities, like I've been talking about in the last few many videos. So I'm going to be talking about how important it is to surround yourself. The power of association. We've heard that a million times in so many, like in the spiritual world as well as the personal growth world. You are the sum of the five people that you hang around with. So people may say, you will never be successful or something like that, and they may you may have heard this just a million times from a million different people. So there are different ways to respond, like how we respond to things. Situations will arise in the world. How we respond to things is our responsibility and our choice, and it shapes us. It completely shapes our lives. So one person, so I'm seeing this in a very clear different way. Some person might say, I don't care what you say, I am going to prove you wrong, and then they become strong, they become extremely strong, like Tony Robbins and Oprah. Like they have just immensely difficult childhoods, and they made a decision, this is not going to be me, and I'm not going to take this on. You are trying to force an identity onto me, and I am not going to take on that identity. I refuse. I flat out refuse. And they make things happen. They make the complete transformations happen, right? They go the opposite direction completely. And then there are other people who take on that identity, and they're like, oh yeah, this is me, and they don't manage to overcome that, at least in that moment. Yeah, kind of like me. um, but the thing is, it's not that. So yeah, what shapes our lives is the identities we take on from other people. And I know people. I've met somebody recently who took on this identity of like, no, I am going to be strong, and I am going to overcome, and I'm going to not take this on. This is not me. I need to figure out what my ticket out of this miserable situation is, and I need to work at it, no matter how long it takes, no matter how many years it takes. I don't care. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make this happen. And they do. And they just build a beautiful life around them with everything that they need, right? Like absolutely everything that they need. They're great on the financial front, they're great on the relationship front, and like marriage, everything is just perfect. But they worked hard to get there, and they took on that identity. So this is to motivate those who have not been able to do that, to be able to do that. Because even if you have not been able to do that all your life until now, you can do it. All it takes really is to drop that identity that I cannot do it, for whatever reason that you might have. You might have many limiting beliefs that support that identity, but for whatever reason, it is possible to just simply say, I am no longer going to identify with this identity. That's it. I am no longer going to identify with whatever it is, with these limiting beliefs, like with this identity that is created by these limiting beliefs. What am I going to identify as? We can leave that. We can let ourselves be an empty vessel and just choose to let life unfold and see who we're going to become, see what shows up in our lives. But we can say, I'm not going to identify as that. And if we've had that for decades, for all our lives, it's not, we can be gentle with ourselves, and we can say it's okay that we haven't managed to figure it out yet. It's okay that it's taking some time, because yeah, I mean, we can. So the key there, the absolute key, is to understand when we're going through this feeling of like, oh, nothing happens. Something happens in our lives, and which doesn't go the way we want it to go, and then suddenly we're like, oh, nothing happens for me. Every time we feel that, if we can also have this thought, if we can use that as a trigger point to have also this thought, I trust that it is going to work out. I trust that I'm going to be able to work through this. If we have that thought, I trust that it will work out. However it's supposed to work out, it will work out good. Whatever happens around me doesn't matter, it will work out good. So if I have that trust, the trust thought, then automatically that intensity of my emotion around that thing, like, oh, this isn't working, this doesn't work, will go down. All we want to do is take it a step, take it a notch down. We can't go from a place of like, I can't do this too, I'm going to I'm going to be the best person ever or whatever. We can't do that. We can't do a huge leap, but we want to take it a notch down. So when we take it a notch down and say, oh, I trust that it will work out, then automatically, then slowly but surely, we will be able to take it the next notch and the next notch and the next notch until we get to a place where we're like, okay, I've got this, I'm going to do it. But we don't have to get to even, I've got this, um, right in that moment when we're feeling so, just helpless and hopeless. But in that moment, we can say, I trust that it's not going to be helpless and hopeless for life, right? And that's easy to get to. That's much easier to get to. Yes, this phase will pass. This too shall pass. This is from the book Ask and It Shall Be Given, by Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks. Um, so she says that, take it down a notch, go downstream, and don't go upstream. Don't fight against, like, do what feels right, but do it step by step. Take it a notch, then take it a notch, then take it a notch. Like, don't make big things, make it believable. And when you make it believable, then it is much more likely to come true. Okay, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video. Radhe Radhe.